Yo, what's good, everybody? Wickman 912. I'm back in your area. Yeah, we coming back for number 3 today. Coming back with another live for the day. Coming back with another live for the day. I just felt like getting all in y'all area today. Yes, sir. But salute to the few people that are in the chat, man. We're going to go ahead and get started. I don't care who in here. I don't care who in here. Maybe the people want to see some drama or something, but we're going to keep on with our content over here. So, if you're not really a hip hop head, you probably, don't know too much about what's going on when it comes to this XXX Tentacion situation. But right now he ended up in not him, but RIP to him. The killers of XXX are on trial right now. Let me turn this music down, man. I don't know. They're giving me some funky beats right now. I don't know what's going on with it. But the killers of XXX is on trial right now. So, it's one of those times where, everybody's street, everybody's hood and all that until it's time to show it to court and it's time to pay the piper. So that's kind of what we're facing with now when it comes to these guys that are charged with X's murder. I'm gonna call him X because I don't know where he got that name from, but it's definitely hard to pronounce and it's definitely hard to say 3 times. But yeah, I'm gonna play this clip real quick so y'all can get a feel of what's going on in this trial and what it's about in case you don't know who this guy is. And I'm gonna just come back and commentate. So hold up. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on with the audio. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Cause for some reason I can't hear it. So hold on, I'm gonna get out of here and come back. I'm gonna re-pull that back up. Okay, so I could definitely hear that one. Let me pull the other one back up. I apologize about that, y'all. I was trying to play the news article real quick to catch people up with a quick update. And then we're gonna go over this guy's testimony. And it's kind of funny to me, because everybody be so hood, everybody be so gangster. I never snitch, I never do all this. See, this is the only time I don't agree with snitching. When you doing something, um, when you and somebody else committing a crime, and you get caught, now all of a sudden you are turning in the people who you did the crime with. Now then, yeah, I think it's some real foul stuff. You knew what the consequences was when you jumped in that water. All right, I think maybe we got it this
Hey,
time.
Orlando.
Yeah, we got some sound this time. Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Rapper XXXTentacion, the witness called to the stand, has already pleaded guilty and is now turning on his alleged accomplices. Local 10's Ian Margle is live at the courthouse with it all.
Who is the individual that stands back?
Now, as you can already see, they got there for suspects, and they all stand in trial right now. Salute, smoke a lot. Say they smoking big dudes. They got sentenced on the second degree murder. Yeah, man, he went from first degree murder to second degree murder. All he had to do is give up the information that they wanted. So what we got is in the trial, as y'all can see, they went from four. They got four suspects, and the fourth suspect, he decided that if he go ahead and tell on the other three suspects, he can go from first degree murder to second degree murder, which probably would save him a little bit of his natural born life. Because now, instead of him getting life, he possibly can get like 20 years, 50 years, whatever, and he had the less of the role in the crime. So when they came to him with, their proposition, he had the most motivation to cooperate.
Steadies himself, pointed with the rifle at the victim's head right now.
Day 2 of the murder trial for 3 men accused of killing rapper XXXTentacion. The jury hearing testimony from a 4th man who was allegedly involved but is now cooperating with the state.
Who are the 3 co-defendants that you were indicted with?
Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Jesus Lee.
Robert Allen pled guilty in August to second-degree murder in exchange for acting as a witness for prosecutors. The other 3 men involved, Dietrich Williams, Trayvon Newsom, and Michael Boatwright.
Now, in this live, we're going to learn a lot about these 3 young men right here. Because of the 4th man that's on the stand right now. See, apparently, that 4th man on the stand right now, they was treating him like a dude boy. Yeah, they was treating him like Mr. Skinny, like Kwame and Gilbert treat Mr. Skinny. Just tell them to do whatever the hell they want them to do, whatever they don't feel like doing. So apparently the dude that's on the stand right now, Big Boy, they was treating him like a dude boy. They used him as the dude to scope out the plays. They gave him the least amount of money. Just all kind of, they chucked him off all kind of ways. And this is one of those times where you committed a crime with a dude and then you don't treat him the right kind of way, it can backfire on you. So now they got this same dude testifying against him.
All face charges of first-degree murder for the robbery and shooting of XXXTentacion in June 2018. In court Wednesday, the jury watched surveillance of the entire incident that day as the rapper, whose real name is Jose Onfroy, tried leaving Riva Motorsports only to be cut off and then robbed at gunpoint before being shot several times.
And see, and in my humble opinion, I still believe that this is a setup. Because now watch as these guys get out the car. And, I got a lot of things to, kind of go off of my theory or whatever. Now watch these guys as they get out of that car. Oh, let me go back just a little bit. Watch these guys as they get out of the car. And watch this guy
first-degree murder for the robbery and...
Now look at it from the beginning now. And I think the police seen this too. They run straight to the driver's side of the car. There's another person that's in the car. The subpoena with Drake, I'll go over that in a minute because they did mention Drake in this trial. But look at these guys, man. They going straight for the driver's side, even though there's a passenger in the car. So now the passenger had a gun. Now watch what the passenger does.
Shooting of XXXTentacion in June 2018. In court Wednesday, the jury watched surveillance.
They spending a whole bunch of time on the driver. The passenger jumped his ass out of there and got the hell on. Well, they didn't just show it in this footage, but I'll show it a little later. But the passenger got out of there. He ran. They didn't even try to get the passenger. They ain't try to rob him or nothing.
Who shoots the shots that are fired? And who does he shoot?
If you want more
This dude here
on the
told
life
everything.
and death of XXXTentacion, the Florida Files podcast did a full series on him. Just go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen to be taken straight to those.
So that's what's going on in a nutshell. Now let's get into the testimony of this Wabbit that got up here and just told everything that he felt that he witnessed happen. Because like I say, he was the 4th man. So if anybody know what was going on, what the conversation was, how they planned it, any of that stuff, is going to be him. he did the least in the crime, but he played a very important role. Now, being that he did the least in the crime, he don't feel like that he should be doing all the punishment that comes with this crime. So he has a lot of motivation on why he's just gonna give this testimony. So we're gonna get into the testimony of this guy and break it down. All right. So the guy here, I believe he's the I want to say he's the either the I think he's the defendant. He's the defense lawyer. Now the prosecutor, she's gonna get up here and she's gonna ask him some important questions about, you know, just some important questions. I'll let y'all hear this part, and then we'll kind of go through his testimony.
Left off. You're currently in custody, correct?
Yes.
And you were indicted for first-degree murder and also for armed robbery in the case for the victim, Jose Envoy, correct?
Yes.
Now,
You're exactly right, Smoke a Lot. This is exactly what Gunner gonna have to do. If they want Gunner to have to come up there and testify, if Young Thug take that shit to trial, this is exactly what Gunner gonna have to do. He gonna have to come up there and tell what he knows. See, I think this guy came up here, he snitched on these guys, but I think he was covering for another guy. And I'm gonna show y'all why.
the case that you were indicted for had 3 co-defendants.
Yes.
Who are the 3 co-defendants that you were indicted with?
Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Deidre Glenn.
Okay, we'll get into the details of this amendment. You're not on trial today, obviously. You're here as a state's witness, correct?
Yes.
You have entered a guilty plea as to your involvement, correct?
Yes.
And as a result of that guilty plea, your charge was changed from first degree.
Oh man, you ain't getting no notification. I was wondering why everybody coming in here slow, man. That's how they do me. I ain't the one talk. I ain't talking no trash about nobody. So you know, as soon as if I put on here, I'm talking about some weapons and talking some trash about somebody in this sector. Everybody gonna get their notification. Everybody show up. So when I'm just creating content, nobody get their notification. Nobody can show up. But like I say, I don't care if there's only 3 people in here. I'm still gonna do my content, and we still gonna rock like it's 1,000 people in here. Now he wasn't the driver. This dude here, he was the dude. He was the dude that came into the store, and that they were showing that he was scoping out the place. So he was the dude that was caught on camera. And y'all know these big dummies bought a ski mask from the same place that they were scoping out the dude. They seen that it was X in there, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna rob this nigga. So they went on ahead and bought a ski mask right there on the spot. Now how obvious was that when these people gotta go back and look at the camera footage and see who might have was responsible for this?
Murder to second-degree murder, correct?
Yes.
Now, I'm evidently, have I, or Ms. Buckaloo, or any representative from the state offered you a sentence guaranteed that you're going to get as a result of your testimony today?
No.
Okay. Now, it's obvious you're testifying. You hope to be able to get a sentence that may allow you to see life outside of prison one day?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know.
So he's snitching just so he can have the possibility of seeing daylight again. Because he knows he's still going to go down. You got armed robbery and second-degree murder if you get caught and found guilty. Because he's entering a guilty plea with an open sentencing. So they still can sentence him whatever they want to. But he's taking a chance on testifying against all 3 of them to get a lesser sentence. So he might get 15, 20 years. But the rest of them, they getting the elbow.
Know currently what sentence to, correct?
Yes.
As you are aware, is it possible that you could still receive life in prison?
Yes.
Now, have you been offered any beneficial or treatment as a result of your pleading guilty?
No.
But he damn sure gonna get some snitch treatment when he doing his time. But this boy here gonna have to do all his time in protective custody.
You currently are a convicted felon, correct?
Yes.
And you've been convicted in 2 separate cases. I believe there were 12 counts total for prior felonies.
Yes.
And that's not including what you pled guilty to for this case, but you have not been sentenced to, correct?
So he was already a convicted felon. So he knew he was told. Even when him testifying, he still gonna get a ass time.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about, we're going to talk a lot about what you've been indicted and what you know about the case, okay? First, I want to go down the line and have you identify who you remember is who from the defendants, okay? Please, do you see Michael Boatwright in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Okay.
Now this way it get real, y'all. This is the textbook definition of snitching. This is textbook, y'all. This is what they talking about, getting on that stand and telling everything you know in a crime that you fully was involved with.
Okay, identify him by an article of clothing and where is he seated?
I think he's about 22 years old. Yeah, I think he's in his early 20s.
Black suit with a gray turtleneck. Same culture visual.
Okay. And do you see Trayvon Newsom in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Where is he seated? And identify him by an article of his clothing.
Over there. Probably in the middle of the table. Gray suit.
Point them out, point them out. Point them out, point them out. Hey, these are the looks on people's face when they get snitched on.
Okay. And do you see Dietrich Williams in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Identify him and where is he seated in this courtroom? And by
Well, damn, Dietrich Williams. Look like he pointing you out, homeboy.
you can identify him please by an article of his clothing.
That was a black suit.
All right. Well, there's 2 people that have on a black suit. So give me a little bit more description as to the person that you're referring to as Williams.
What y'all think? What y'all think this nigga thinking right now? What y'all thinking this wabbit thinking right now? He looking like this mother.
Okay. What race is he?
Black.
All right. Your Honor, please let the record identify, or please let the record reflect an in-court identification by this witness of Michael Boatwright.
So noted.
Please let the record reflect an in-court identification of this witness of Trayvon Newsom.
So noted.
Please let the record reflect an in-court identification of Dietrich Williams.
So noted.
Okay. Let's start with, who did you know the longest out of 3 defendants there? How long did you know Dietrich for?
So D is the one that he's known the longest, which is the one that they just zoomed in on. Okay. We're about to find out everything this dude's gonna tell. How much he gonna tell to get out of where he is.
Now, are you talking about 8 or 9 years from 2023, or are you talking about from 2018, which is the year we're going to talk most about? Okay. So at the time of 2018, you knew him for about...
You're right, One Life.
Just
What's good, 27?
Okay, so how long?
So he's pretty much gonna tell how long he known the dude or whatever. So that's interesting, but there's some more interesting stuff that I want to go through. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
can answer.
Tattoo Mansion.
Tattoo Man Chucky. Okay, so we're talking about Demetrius Williams, and you said because of that tattoo, this is called Tattoo Man Chucky?
Yes.
Now,
So what he's pretty much going. Let me see what we got here.
Me and Michael Booker.
okay. And was there anybody else besides you and Michael Boatwright that picked up the car?
Yes.
Who?
Tony Robinson.
So what he's telling right now is that about the rental car. So apparently some girl decided, they decided they got some female to rent them a car. So him and the Michael Boatwright guy, they was the one that went to go pick up the rental car. So note to all you ladies out there, shout out to Joseph. So all you ladies out there, do not be letting these dudes rent no cars in your name. Cause no telling what they got going on. What you say, X, man, I was a big fan of XXX. I'm so mad, Big. Yeah, man, I didn't know too much about XXX Tentacion when he passed. Only thing I knew about him at the time is that my son was a big fan of him. My son was, about 18, 19 when he passed. But I noticed that he had him, before he passed, he had him as his avatar on his Xbox Live. And that's the first time I ever seen him. I was like, who's this weird dude with half his hair white, half his hair blue? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, some young dude, whatever. I had never heard his music, and then I had seen one of his music videos. I was like, okay, I seen him, and then I heard of his death, and I kind of kept up with what was going on with it because I had just started my content creation. Well, no, but I was thinking about it. So I kind of was checking out what people were saying about it and everything like that. So this is what's going on now.
And I'm talking about before June 2018. How long did you know her before that date?
About 2 or 3 months.
How often had you seen Tony Robinson before that date?
So they talking about the female that rented the car.
Almost every other day.
Who introduced you to Tony Robinson?
Even.
Yeah, they had bank footage of him
How did
withdrawing the
he
money.
introduce her?
Yeah, I'll pull that up real
What
quick.
did he say, if anything, was the relationship to her?
Rejection of yourself.
Ooh.
And my sister, and she was on there my place. Sorry, I can't understand what you said.
Speak nice and loud so that we can hear you all the way back here.
That was his sister, and that he was going to rent the car, and she was going to rent the car from us.
Okay. Do you know how she was supposed to rent the car? For example, was she supposed to go to like an Alamo or one of those places like Enterprise, or do you know how?
Rejection of yourself.
You may answer.
Yeah, she goes to an app called Tour.
So she pretty much going to rent the car.
Just in general. As renting the car for the four of you. I'll ask you, breaking it down. Were you able to rent the car?
No.
Okay. And do you know why she was renting the car? If you don't know, it's okay.
Rejection of yourself. Not really.
Okay.
So pretty much in a nutshell, these guys were already renting a car just so they could run around and rob people. In a nutshell, that's what this is about to get to. They had a female that was gonna rent a car, and their plan was to just ride around and rob folks. This is what some people do. Be careful of your surroundings.
Tony Robinson.
Where did you pick the car up from?
Somewhere in Maryland.
And when did you pick up the car?
I still am sorry, I can't hear. June 17th, 2018.
What time did you pick up the car?
I remember.
Was the sun still up, or did the sun already set?
It's still up.
I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit, y'all. Get to the good part.
Okay, so Dietrich's driving in the front seat. Who's in the front passenger seat?
Michael Boatwright,
Who is in the back passenger seat?
Trayvon Newsom.
And where were you seated?
So, okay, say we have an important part right here. He's giving pretty much the seating order. He's pretty much giving the seating order, which is very important.
Behind Dietrich Williams.
When you're in the car on the way to Reba Motorsports, the firearms that you just detailed that everybody was in possession of, where were those firearms?
In the car.
Okay? When you say in the car, were they in the back or did everybody have their own respective firearms?
Everybody had on respective firearms.
What time did you get to Reba Motorsports?
I'm not sure. It's like 3 something.
Okay. When you get there, what, if anything, do you realize from the parking lot, or do any of you realize from the parking lot?
Dietrich notices the victim.
How?
He sees him walking in the store.
So what does Dietrich Williams say when he notices the victim from the parking lot?
And that's XXX.
So he pretty much trying to say, as they was riding around just looking or whatever, they seen him when he pulled in the parking lot, like, hey, that's X or whatever. Now this part here, I do not believe. I believe that dude that was riding with X, I believe he knew these dudes. I believe he gave them the heads up that they was going somewhere the next day and that X was gonna have some money on it. That's why they went into a coordinated plan of renting a car the day before. Coming there, they knew what time he was gonna be there. Y'all see when they came to the car, they went straight to the passenger side. They ain't try to, scare they went straight to the driver's side. They ain't bother with the passenger now one bit. They let him jump out the car and run. They didn't chase him down or nothing like that. How they know he ain't had no gun or nothing? They ain't even flinch when he jumped out that car. So you ain't gonna tell me that that passenger didn't have nothing to do with that.
Did the three, you included, look up and see who he was referring to?
Yes, he was already in the store.
Okay, so I'll ask you one by one. What did you say in response to Dietrich Williams pointing out that Triple X was walking into Reba Motorsports?
Nothing.
What did Michael Boatwright say in response to Dietrich Williams pointing out that Triple X was walking into Reba Motorsports?
Nothing.
And what did Trayvon Newsom say in response to Dietrich Williams pointing out that Triple X was walking into Reba Motorsports?
Nothing.
So what did Dietrich Williams say next?
When we pulled up next to the car,
What car?
BMW, X car.
How do you know that it was X's car?
Dietrich pulled it up with his phone.
Okay. So Dietrich Williams was driving and intentionally pulled up next to Triple X's car?
Yes.
And what does he do next with whatever it is that he pulled up on his phone?
It shows that it's the same car.
Where was he looking? What images were you looking at? If you say he showed us, from what?
Instagram.
Okay, do you know whose Instagram account it was?
No.
Do you recall what the Instagram photograph or what the image looked like?
So pretty much what he's saying is, if what he's saying is true, they identified Triple X by his car from Instagram, which I believe it still was that friend that was in that passenger side. But they saying salute Teran. He's saying that one of his friends, they identified the car from Instagram. That's why these guys, they flexing their cars and stuff on Instagram. People can identify them when they see them in the city. I don't believe that though. I don't believe that they just coincidentally ran into X and they just coincidentally ran into him at the bike shop in an area where they usually don't even be at, and they rented a car the day before just to ride around and rob. Now they might have kept him in the dark for a little while, but I don't believe that they just rented that car the day before just so they can just take a chance of making their money back by riding around and robbing. That was something they already had set up. That was something they already had set up.
Okay. And what was the purpose of Dietrich Williams pointing out the car from Instagram? So at some point, he confirms that that's the car, and then what's said next?
They tell me to go inside with Deidre to see if that's what.
Tell it, big boy.
We're going to be very specific because there's 3 co-defendants. Who told you
Tell
to
it,
go
big boy.
inside with Dietrich Williams to see if Triple X was in there?
Michael Goldberg and Trayvon Newsom.
Tell on them, big boy. I'm talking about snitch like your heart, like your life depends on it. Who told you to go in there and stake out the place? Do boy. This is a do boy. Man, go in there and see. Go in there and see if that's it. They already knew. They just coincidentally just seen X. Now it's true, you might have could have been driving in traffic and you might have seen the expensive car, so it caught your eye. Then you look and like, hey, that's X, and then you see him going to the bike shop. Then you follow him in there. But that ain't how that happened. Y'all rented a car to rob. Y'all know exactly who y'all was going to rob. Somebody had gave you the drop on what that man was about to do. They told you everything. They even got footage of this man. Let me show y'all real quick. What y'all watching this footage here of right before he went to that motorsport place. He was withdrawing $50,000 in cash out of the bank. That guy that was probably in the car with him, I can imagine him letting them know right now, hey, he in the bank right now getting the cash.
They both did. Told you to go inside.
Yes.
Okay. And do
So
you
when this
know
crash,
why,
somebody go inside.
what was the purpose of them telling you to go inside versus all 4 of you going inside, or them just going inside themselves?
Is that some speculation? No.
Okay.
Because you the crash dummy.
What, if anything, Dietrich Williams say in response to Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom telling you and Dietrich Williams to go inside?
Objection to hearsay. Dietrich was already going in, but they just wanted to hear me say that it was actually him.
So they wanted to hear well.
Yes.
And the purpose you're saying for going in is to confirm that it was actually Triple X?
Yes.
And if it was Triple X, if there was a confirmation, then what was supposed to happen? What was the plan?
There was no plan at the time.
So when you say to confirm that it's him, was there going to be a next step as far as to target Triple X?
I don't know. I had time.
Okay. So at some point, after Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom tell you to go inside, you actually go inside?
Yes.
Who do you go with?
Gigi.
Do you recall how you were dressed?
Yes.
How were you dressed?
Black t-shirt and black jeans.
How was Dietrich Williams dressed?
Great undershirt on.
Tell it, big boy. Tell it.
Sweatpants and some orange slides.
How was
What kind of drawers you
Michael
had on?
Boatwright dressed?
T-shirt and black jeans
What you ate that day?
Trayvon Newsom dressed?
and gray sweatpants, black shoes, and a t-shirt.
Okay.
Big boy, telling me.
Now, excuse me, when you go inside, before we have you get to the point of where you go inside, how tall are you?
5'8", 5'1".
How much do you weigh
Now or at the time?
at the time in 2018?
34.
Okay.
Okay, so pretty much he's telling, you know, we hear all the snitching he doing. But, you know, in the defense, you got the defense attorney actually trying to blame the Migos and Drake, saying that they could possibly be the killers. Yeah, I'm listening to this Wabbit here.
And do you think that for one moment, here today, that they wanted to pursue? Okay? In the same breath, before X died, he said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by two masked men, right? He came on social media and said, guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No.
What happened? As y'all can hear, he's trying to throw a wrench in this machine. What the hell happened? I don't know what happened, y'all. Let me see if he'll play right here.
If anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think one moment, here today, days after the event, two masked men, right? He came on social media and said, guys,
What the hell?
talk to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No, never did that. She's going to sit there, and she's going to tell you that the reason that she wanted security with Mr. Onfroy on the day that he was shot was because of the issues that he had with Drake and Migos. She's going to tell you that. If anybody kills me, it's Drake.
So he's trying to say that Triple X was already saying that he was having problems with Migos and Drake. And if anybody try to kill him, it's them. So that's his argument. That was the opening argument. Now let's get back to this testimony.
With Triple X.
Yes.
What did he say, or how did he tell you he was?
Now let me slide up a little bit.
All right, we're gonna get him. Who's the him?
Triple X.
What, if anything, in response to Dietrich Williams saying, "Are you scared?" did Trayvon Newsom do?
Hold on, let me slide that back because I think that's the important part there.
He asked to Trayvon Newsom, right, if they're scared.
Yes.
And what, if anything, in response to Dietrich Williams saying, "Are you scared?" No, if Triple X noticed you the second time on the way out.
No.
What, if anything, did you do next?
Walked to the car.
So based on what you're telling us, you exited the store first before Triple X?
Yes.
Okay. Where was the car? And by the car, which car are you referring to?
Which car?
That you walked to.
The truck. Like the Dodge Ram.
Where was it?
So they pretty much stalking this man.
So when you get back into the car, what position, who was the driver?
Dietrich.
Who was the front passenger?
Michael Bogart.
Who was the back passenger?
Trayvon Newsom.
And where were you seated?
Behind you.
And are they in the lump in a trunk, or does everybody?
Close by.
Okay.
They close by.
Okay.
They close by.
Okay. At this point, what do you discuss now that the four of you are back in the car, and do you confirm for the three co-defendants that you indeed saw Triple X?
I tell them I saw Triple X. And they get quiet. And Dietrich asks them what are they going to do. And I tell them, no, I don't think that's a good idea because I was going to on camera.
So you were aware that
So this should have told them right here, y'all, that this man was gonna snitch. Cause he already telling y'all, hey man, I don't think this is a good idea because I done got seen on camera. So this should tell you, hey, if we do anything in front of this dude, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna go right. But these dudes so thirsty.
there was surveillance in Riva Motorsports.
Yes.
What's good,
And
Miss?
when you say that's
What's
not
good,
a good
Miss
idea
J?
because I'm on camera, why did you care about
You
that?
coming to TV?
I knew that.
Because what? I can't hear you. Nice and loud.
I knew it was a great chance we were going to be caught.
He knew it was a great chance that he was gonna get caught. He knew he had and got caught on camera when he went in that store. He realizing that they got him, they pretty much setting him up. Like I say, they already knew about the place. They already knew about X gonna be there and all that. He told somebody, man, I'm going to get a bike tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And somebody put them on. And they needed a do boy like this. They got this man. He probably ain't really a bad dude. Well, he already had some felonies, so he was thugging it.
And when,
I'm sorry, does he have a microphone in front of him? Because yes. Okay.
you knew it was a great chance that you were going to be caught, and why is that significant to you? It's kind of obvious that you didn't want to get arrested. How did Michael about that? What did he say he felt about that?
He didn't really want to do it anymore.
How about Trayvon Newsom?
He didn't want to do it.
And what did Dietrich Williams say?
He asked me to scared.
He asked the two.
So everybody was like, nah, they don't want to do it no more. Everybody, nah, man, it ain't no good idea. We done went in there and put ourselves on camera. And they let one wabbit. Convince them, oh, you scared. Y'all niggas scared, man. Y'all niggas scared. Now look at all of them. All of them thinking about that moment right now. Salute Tiffany Renee and salute Jenny Velez. They let one dude convince them. They had a chance to not take this man's life. They had a conscious choice right here. You had 3 people voting not to do this. And one person, man, y'all scared, man, y'all scared. He probably one that had the plan and knew about the plan the whole time, trying to act like they was just going out to rob. But y'all done already rented a car.
Trayvon Newsom and Michael Boatwright, they're scared.
Yes.
And what, if anything, in response to Dietrich Williams saying, "Are you scared?" did Michael Boatwright do?
So, all right, we're gonna get him.
All right, we're going to get him. Who's the him?
Triple X.
What, if anything, in response to Dietrich Williams saying, "Are you scared?" did Trayvon Newsom do?
I think he said the same thing.
All right,
I'm
you
sorry,
talk.
Dr. Mack, did hear it?
I think he said the same thing.
Thank you.
Now that the four of you are in the car, and I guess you've decided you're going to get Triple X, how then does Michael Boatwright get dressed from that point?
He puts on his black hoodie,
And what else?
his mask.
So he wasn't hearing nothing. He was like, man, fuck it. Y'all scared? I'm masking up. I'm masking up. I'm going to do this. They done pretty much done got scared. I agree with old boy. They was scared, but they had a right to be.
And what about Trayvon Newsom? How does he get dressed?
He puts on a black sweater, and he puts on his mask.
How was it decided between the four of you that Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom were going to wear the mask and the hoodie?
Because Egypt was driving, and I told him I would not get out because I didn't want the parts of it, because I knew I just was on camera.
Okay. So just from that, it was decided then that Trayvon Newsom and Michael Boatwright were going to be the ones to actually get out with the mask.
Yes.
Okay. Where did you guys go from there? Are you still in the parking lot at this point?
You know, we're across the street.
Why? Why did you move from the Rivas parking lot to park across the street?
Because Chucky came up with some type of theory saying that if we leave out of the parking lot and move next to the next parking lot and across the street in that parking lot, that it'll look like we left.
So it was Chucky's idea to act like you left so that you're not on camera?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware?
So pretty much they was scoping out the homie. They done went in the store. They done looked at it. They done seen it was him. Now we're gonna slide up a little bit and get to some of the juicier parts. Cause we kind of see the scene.
Recognize State Speed.
Yes.
How do you recognize State Speed? And what else? Okay. Had you had an opportunity to review State Speed?
Yes.
And does it fairly and accurately represent what you recall, the events and the images and the video of what happened on June 18th, 2018, when the four of you...
Now let's look at what happened, y'all. This is them going in the store. They see here got Triple X right here. Here got X right here. They done seen them go in the store some kind of way. Hold on, let's see. Go back a little bit further. Go back a little bit further. So here got X right here and his homeboy. Now, I think they had showed a little earlier. Let's go back a little bit further because I think they show old boy pull his pants.
I'll ask you questions about it.
So that's X pulling in right there. That's see him walking in. Cool. And like I said, I think his homeboy had something to do with that. Because here they go pulling in now. There they go right there. So in like they was right beside them, right behind them, they see him in traffic or something like, oh, that's X or whatever. They already knew this man was there. They already knew he was there. I ain't no detective, but it don't take no detective to know that. And they was trying to find out where he was when they came in. Talking about you just came in and you just seen the car for Instagram. You ain't just come in and like, oh, that X, that's X car for Instagram. Now you was already looking for him. So now you can see his car from Instagram. They find somewhere to park. And they come in the store. How you know this man in there? Ain't no way in the world. Now you're looking for him. These niggas out of place as a motherfucker. Look like a green hat with a yellow bill. Now watch as they come in, they looking straight at the nigga. Come straight in. And he looking at their ass too, like, okay, hold on. First of all, some niggas in here. They act like they don't know who the fuck I am. Cause you notice he moved all of a sudden. Now they don't keep the camera on him. But you know these niggas kinda out of place. These weapons walk through the whole damn store. White man following their ass and shit. They gotta buy something. So these dummies, after they see who it is, this how you know it had to be planned. Cause after they see who it is, they come in there and confirm it. They actually go to the counter and buy ski masks. The same ski mask that they gonna kill and rob this man with. So right now they at the counter while X still up there or whatever. You know, he over there looking at the bikes or whatever. And they up here buying ski masks. And now they coming to meet up with this dude here with the backwards hat. Now, as we listen to the rest of this testimony, they're gonna be trying to connect this dude with the backwards hat to these dudes. Cause they feel like they know him. They feel like he was in another car though. And he the one that gave them the tip. Cause he dapped him up when he came in there. And he was talking to him about the whole time. Yeah, this is where it is over here. These weapons all on camera. And the weapons left together. Now, let's slide up just a little bit. And we get back to the part where X about to slide out of here. Oh shit, hold on, it went too fast. Alright. So they here the X right here. Remember, they done went over here across the street, waiting on him to come out after they done bought their mask. They done left out. Like he say, they tried to act like they was driving out, so because they knew the cameras were looking at them and all this stuff like that. But how did they know that this man was there? Yeah, they bought the ski mask after they showed their face, Tiffany. That's amazing, ain't it? Buy the ski mask after you walk in there to show your face. Now, as you can see, here you go, about to come out, and here they go. Boom. Run right in front of her. Run right in front of her. He couldn't have been paying attention. He must have been getting distracted. Because he could have probably pulled out of that Joker right there. They probably still would have shot him though. But watch his homeboy though. Watch his homeboy. They run straight to him. The other one, like, if me and somebody we robbing somebody in the car, we going at both of these cats. See, he over here, he done opened that door and he up out of there. He up out of there. They ain't even flinch with him. They ain't even study him. Teachable moment, y'all. This your homeboys right here. When shit get real, this your homeboy. It's gonna be your homeboy. Teachable moment. That man up out of there. Look at him. In Florida, where you can have guns. They did what they did. They got up out of there. They jumping over curves, cutting through stoves. All that. Okay, so now we're gonna play it with let the lady ask her questions.
Are you in the upper left? Out of the 4 individuals. Okay. I'm pausing it at 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Looking to the left of your screen, who do you recognize to be in this shot of, out of the 4 individuals or 5 individuals that's there? Starting with the individual in the jean jacket, who is that? Okay. And where are you, in relation to the people that we
So
see?
pretty much they just trying to make him identify himself. Say, who are you? Where was you when you walked in or whatever? As y'all can see, X noticed him when he walked in. Imagine looking at your killer. Looking at your killer.
Individual with the backwards hat, still in the frame? The backwards
Now
hat,
here's
still in the frame?
matter of fact, let me go back so I can let y'all hear how they know that the dude in the backwards hat has something to do with this. I know right now he looking at his dumb ass on camera, telling them, "Yeah, let me get one of those ski masks. Let me get one of those ski masks." I know right now he looking at it like, "Damn, that was one of the dumbest things I could have ever did. Is bought a ski mask from the damn place where I'm scoping out that I'm gonna rob the person at." Wow. And seeing big dude, he don't seem that dumb. So he probably was thinking in his head, man, damn, this nigga dumb as hell.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward just a little. Okay. There's, point out where you are in this, particular frame. Hand corner?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see at the counter, there is someone with a hat, it looks like a camouflage hat that's gone backwards?
Yes.
Who is that person? Okay. Did that person arrive with you in the Dodge Journey that day on June 18th, 2018?
No.
Did that person?
Now this is where he starting to lie. Y'all know who Buddy is. See, he could have been the one, like I say, that told them, "Hey, I heard that such and such gonna be such and such at the bike shop with a bag. I don't want to look like I got nothing to do with it, but you know, it is what it is."
Leave with you in the Dodge Journey that day on 2018?
No.
Was that person present, from what you recall, at any point during the homicide or during the robbery when the 4 of you blocked off the victim's car in 2018?
No.
But they sitting there chatting it up. Look at him, he got his ski mask. Big dummy. He damn sure trying to catch up with y'all.
6 minutes and 47 seconds. Do you see there's 3 individuals walking, it appears like towards the front of the store with their back towards the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
They trying to act like they don't stand out. They would do that right there in front of a damn bike shop. Like they don't stand out on the camera.
Individual wearing all black without a hat. Who's that?
Me.
How about the individual with the backwards hat and it looks like white socks in the middle? And the individual on the left with the light colored tank top? Now, did the individual in the middle, I'm going to continue to let it play, do you know what vehicle he got into to leave?
No.
Did he get into the Dodge Journey?
No.
Did at any point in time, did you see that individual in the middle shoot Triple X?
No.
Did you even see a firearm in that individual's hands?
No.
Wow, so somebody could be taking a rap for somebody that ain't do it. That could be the shooter, y'all. Now, if this dude would have shut up, they could have probably got away with this, not knowing who the shooters was.
Watch the three of you walk away. Was that individual part of the plan that the four of you had to rob anyone that day? Are you able to see that individual with the backwards hat still in the frame?
Yes.
How far ahead of you is he?
Pretty far.
Was your Dodge Journey that you were about to get into with the three co-defendants to rob the victim parked where that individual was parked?
No.
Where was the Dodge Journey parked in relation? Is it north, south of you, is it east of you, is it west of you? Minutes and 23 seconds. At this point, do you ever see that individual with the backwards hat again after this point when you're walking to your car in your whole entire lane?
No.
See, and this way he about to start fucking up, because if he's waiting to get a deal by testifying for them, but they're gonna catch him in several lies, you already got yourself an open sentence. So you're making shit hard for him by lying like a motherfucker. You telling these folks you ain't see this man, you ain't see what kind of car he got in, none of that. But look what she about to prove. Okay, there's y'all leaving out of there.
Pausing it at 17 minutes and 54 seconds. What car is that we see in this frame? Who's driving?
Dietrich.
Who's behind Dietrich in the back passenger?
Me.
Who's in the front passenger? In the front seat?
Michael Boatwright.
And who's behind Michael Boatwright in the back passenger?
Trayvon Mitchell.
At the point that we're watching the car pull out of the Riva parking lot, do Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom already have their masks on with their hoodies?
Well, this is what you gotta. Hey, this is what Gunna gonna have to do, y'all. You gotta cooperate. You want that time trimmed off? You might get a day off of every. You might get a day off of every truth that you tell. And every lie that you tell, they're gonna take 5 days. So all the time that he was getting trimmed off, this is where he gonna get caught lying at.
Are you able to locate where the Dodge Journey is at this point?
Yes.
Tell us where you see it in the frame. I'm going to pause it at 18 minutes and 23 seconds.
Sure.
Okay. Can you circle it? No. Okay, can you see the mouse?
Yeah.
All right. This is the top of the screen. I'm circling the mouse at the top of the screen. This is the bottom of the screen. And this is going to be your left and your right. Where should I place the mouse as to where the Dodge Journey is?
Top.
Okay?
To the right.
Do I need to keep moving it over? Or tell me when to stop.
Top.
Okay.
So you can see that.
Okay,
Y'all
to the
look
left.
closely.
Right.
Okay. circling it. Is that, what car is that?
Dodge Journey.
And are the four of you still in the same position that you just testified about in the car?
So now she's setting him up to say, okay, y'all are sitting right there in that car. You just drove over there. You just said that you didn't see the dude in the backwards hat. You didn't see what car he went and got in. Y'all only came there alone. Okay, so right now is when it's a gotcha rabbit moment.
At what point now, as the car is backed in, are you able to observe Michael Boatwright start to put on his mask and start to put on his hoodie in preparation to rob and kill the victim?
But this is when they make you have to snitch. Oh man, you gotta snitch. Damn.
You said what moment?
Yeah, what moment? We're watching it play, so tell us at what moment does he start to do that?
What second? Tell us what second that nigga started putting the mask on. When did he pop the tag off of it?
Okay? How about Trayvon Newsom? And I'm pausing it at 18 minutes and 26 seconds. At what point does Trayvon Newsom start to put on his mask and his hoodie in preparation to rob and to assist Michael Boatwright in killing the victim? Where are the firearms at this point? I'm sorry? So at what point do you see Michael Boatwright get the firearm in his hand? How about Trayvon Newsom? At what point do you see him get the firearm in his hand while you guys are waiting right now in the car?
We already have it.
Okay, I'm letting it play. Are you able to see from your vantage point when you're in the car the victim's BMW i8 from where you all four are seated in the car?
Yes.
Do you know why was that specific spot picked? And I know you indicated regarding.
So they're trying to say that they can see this man's car, ex-car from where they at. I don't really see that. But if they say they can see it, I just feel like they already knew what the hit was. They know he was in there. They know they done mapped out where he coming out at. And the dude, they got that inside intel.
Surveillance. But why was it important for you to continue to see the vantage point of the victim's car while you're lying in wait? Right now, but I'm going to ask you to stay focused on the Dodge Journey that you're in with the 3 co-defendants as the 4 of you are lying in wait for the victim to come out. Because my next question will be in that area, okay?
Yes.
And you know who was in that vehicle?
No.
Did anyone who was in the vehicle, it's a light-colored vehicle from what I can tell, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone that was in that vehicle that just parked next to the Dodge Journey that the 4 of you are in, waiting for the victim, get out of that vehicle and into your car, the Dodge Journey?
No.
Did anybody from the Dodge Journey get out of the Dodge Journey? And by anybody, I mean, did Trayvon Newsom get out of the Dodge Journey and enter that vehicle that just parked next to you?
No.
Did Michael Boatwright get out of that Dodge Journey and enter the car that's parked next to you?
No.
Did Dietrich Williams get out of the Dodge Journey and go into the car that's next to you?
No.
Nah, they know you're lying. That's why they looked at him. That's why they paying the camera to him. Like, now watch it. Look at his face. Look at his damn face. Now you're lying. And now these folks about to show somebody getting out that car. Yeah, y'all see what y'all see.
I'm letting it play. Continue to focus on that area where your car is parked lying in wait. There seems to be an individual at the back of that light-colored car parked next to you that's at the trunk area of the light-colored vehicle. Who is that?
I don't know.
Did that individual at any point in time talk to you while the individual was at the back of that light-colored car?
No.
Got you,
How
Wabbit.
about did the individual talk to Michael Boatwright?
No.
Got you, Wabbit.
Did the individual talk to Trayvon Newsom?
No.
Did the individual talk to Dietrich Williams?
No.
I'm pausing it again at 21 minutes and 38 seconds. It appears that the individual is now bent over into, it appears the back of the light-colored car. You know what the individual is getting out of the back of that car?
No.
He getting that chopper out that back seat of that car. That's what he getting. See, that's the individual that bought that chopper on the scene. Them folks know what's going on. What's good, Joshua Hawkins? But for some reason, he covering for somebody. He's snitching on the rest of them, but it's somebody he covering for.
I'm letting it play.
Now, you can clearly see a car pulling up.
Okay, I'm pausing it at 22 minutes and 2 seconds. There's now a third vehicle, another light-colored car. It appears to be a sedan. Do you see where I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Stopped in the street right in front of the Dodge Journey. Whose car is that?
I don't know.
You're a motherfucking liar if you don't know. All of a sudden, two cars don't just pull up on you. You somewhere that you ain't usually at. All this happening at a nick of time. They were just supposed to be riding around in a rental car to go rob random people. But all of a sudden, y'all got this $50,000 lick. Y'all got the drop on a rapper, and y'all can call up two other cars that fast, and you already got a rental car. Yeah, you could have just stole a car. Why invest in a rental car to go rob? It don't make no sense.
Do you know who was driving it?
No.
Did any individual in that light-colored sedan that's in front of the Dodge Journey get out of that light-colored sedan and get into the Dodge Journey?
No.
Did Michael Boatwright get out of the Dodge Journey where he was lying, rob and kill the victim, and get into that light sedan?
No.
Did Trayvon Newsom, who was in the Dodge Journey, lying in wait to rob and kill the victim, get out of the Dodge Journey and into that light-colored sedan?
No.
Did Dietrich Williams, who was lying in wait in the Dodge Journey to kill and rob the victim, get out of the Dodge Journey and get into that light-colored sedan?
No.
But they keep making sure they throw that little kill and rob the victim thing in there. Now they asking this man all about all those people, and they sitting there looking at this car. They looking at your van, looking at this car.
I'm continuing to let it play. The light colored sedan, speak to any one of the four of you while that car was parked in the street like that.
No.
So we just clearly saw
To any one of the four of you while that car was parked in the street like that.
No.
now you just clearly saw somebody walk from that car. You just clearly saw somebody get out of the car in all black. Man, these people ain't stupid, man. There's more to this that's on the surface.
Approximately how long did the four of you lie in wait for the victim to come out before you robbed and killed him? And continue to...
Now here this man coming out.
Backwards. Was he in that first vehicle where the individual was in the trunk that was parked next to you? Did you see him there?
No.
How about in the light colored sedan that was parked in front of you as you were in the Dodge Journey? That was parked in the street. Remember the second vehicle that parked in front of you guys?
Yes.
Was there with the backwards hat in that car?
I don't think so.
You don't think so, or you know? Was he or was he not?
I didn't see inside the car.
Did you see anybody matching that description with a backwards hat, just like you had seen him in Reba, come out of that light colored sedan and get into your Dodge Journey?
No.
So I think they think that that's the dude that actually went out there and pulled the trigger and actually did it. Or he could have been the dude that set it up. But that would make 5 killers instead of 4. So I think they know that they got the killers, but they still feel like they don't got the killers.
I'm going to pause it. Just before the victim is getting to the exit, it's 25 minutes and 58 seconds. At this point, you've been sitting in the Dodge Journey with the vehicle unfinished for at least 10 minutes lying in wait. Who spots the victim first about to leave, exiting Riva Motorsports? And what does Dietrich say as the victim is about to exit the parking lot right at this moment that we're seeing right now?
It's very important because at this moment, you got a choice to make. This is your last chance to make a choice to get out of that car and say, I don't want nothing to do with this.
And what did Michael and Trayvon say as Dietrich asked them if they are ready as the victim is about to exit Riva Motorsports? What do they say?
Yes.
I'm pausing it at 26 minutes and 6 seconds.
I'm gonna be interested when I wonder if they're gonna pull that guy that was in that car with them on the stand. Because if they doing their proper detective work, they gotta think that he has something to do with this. But you gotta be able to prove it, which is hard to prove.
2 individuals have now exited the Dodge Journey. The shorter individual that we see with the hoodie and the light colored pants out of the 2, who is that?
Trayvon.
Out of the 3 co-defendants that's sitting here right now in trial, which one is Trayvon Newsome that you're identifying in the video out of the 3?
Gray suit.
Who's a taller individual that has the darker pants on and a hoodie?
Michael Boatwright.
Out of the 3 defendants that are on trial right now, who is the one that you're identifying as Michael Boatwright in the video?
Gray sweat.
Let the record reflect the in-court identification of Trayvon Newsome and Michael Boatwright.
He's snitching, y'all. He was just involved in this. He just scoped out the whole thing, and now when it all fall down. This is the streets, y'all.
What does Michael Boatwright have in his hands in the video?
22 rifle.
22 rifle, that's 22 caliber rifle?
Yes.
What does Trayvon Newsome have in his hands in the video?
38 revolver.
Look at the homeboy, bitch ass.
Who is the individual?
I don't blame him for running. But damn.
It appears to be inside the car on the driver's side.
Trayvon.
Who is the individual right now? I paused it at 26 minutes and 29 seconds. Who is the individual that's running around to the passenger side of the victim's vehicle?
Trayvon.
Who is the individual that has a firearm pointed, what appears to be at least the level of the victim's head as the victim is in?
But they made this boy snitch. They made him tell every detail of every way. Now, before we get out of here, I want y'all to see what he ended up getting the short end of the stick of the split of the money. And that's probably why he's snitching right
Now,
now.
when I say decide, was the cash, tell us, was the cash in front of the 4 of you and you're literally taking a pile of it? He takes a pile of it.
Let me go back just a little bit. Oh yeah, let's go back.
When did he tell you that?
He got back in the car.
Okay?
All right.
Alright.
Okay?
Go down. Right.
Okay. So I'm circling where you indicated the Dodge Journey is, correct?
Yeah.
Now, we just saw the Dodge Journey. It appears to go through the parking lot. Why is it that the Dodge Journey went through the parking lot? As far as you know, it didn't stop for gas or for some groceries inside that store?
Because the light was red. Not be red.
I couldn't hear you. Ms. Hill was coughing. Can you please repeat it again, nice and loud, for all of us to hear?
To not be arrested.
That's the look of damn, this nigga snitching on us, and we on TV.
the victim, did any one of you, as far as you know that Jose Onfoy, that you reflect, had all of this cash or any cash in the Louis Vuitton satchel? Do you know why the satchel was taken?
And Deidre assumed that it was a lot of money, like over $100,000.
When did he tell you that?
We got back in the car.
Now, when you get back to the car, who opened the bag?
Over.
And at what point do the four of you realize that there's at least $50,000 in cash in that bag?
On the drive.
So who notices the cash first?
Over.
What does he say? Now that he's realizing that there's $50,000 in cash just stolen from the victim. What does Dietrich Williams say? What does Trayvon Newsom say?
Damn, nigga, don't get all closed mouth now. You doing all this telling, don't just get closed mouth when it's time to tell us what these folks said. These dudes back here looking like they want to tell you what they said. This the look we all are for. But at the same time, these lawyers, they look like they gonna eat Buddy up though, man. He up there doing all this snitching. They gonna eat him up.
Do at any point while you're driving, or it could be after, is there a plan on how the $50,000
You're welcome, Miss J.
allocated between the four of you? Did you get any of that portion of the $50,000? How much did you get?
$5,000.
How much did Dietrich Williams get?
$15,000.
Hold up. So this man, he only got $5,000 out of $50,000, and now he's sitting up here looking at probably 25 years. Wow. Let's hear that again.
Did you get any of that portion of the $50,000? How much did you get?
$5,000.
How much did Dietrich Williams get?
$15,000.
How much did Trayvon Newsom get?
$15,000.
How much did Michael Boatwright get?
$15,000.
Why did you only get $5,000 when Michael Boatwright got $15,000, Trayvon Newsom got $15,000, and Dietrich Williams got $15,000?
Cause you a duck. Cause you's a duck. A do-boy. Threw away your whole life and got chunked off.
Who made that decision? Tell us about that. What was that conversation where Dietrich Williams said that you were only going to get $5,000 out of that $50,000?
He actually said I wasn't going to get nothing.
Speak up nice and loud, I can't hear you.
He actually said I wasn't going to get any money at all.
Did he?
They wasn't gonna get that way with nothing. Dietrich Williams said, you ain't getting nothing, homeboy. You ain't do nothing. I'm talking about straight chump him off. You don't do nothing, you don't get nothing.
Yes.
And what did you say in response to that?
Nothing.
What did Michael Boatwright say in response to that?
You gotta give him something. He was there.
Referring to you. And did Trey?
So Michael like, man, you got at least give him something, man. He was there. And you is snitching on Mike. Hey, as a Mike, at least got your 5 bands, my guy.
Ron Newsom say anything in regard to that?
No,
So when Michael Boatwright speaks up and says that you should get something, what did Dietrich Ballou say?
nothing.
So who then decides to give you 5?
Mark,
Now, when I say decide, was the cash, tell us, was the cash in front of the 4 of you and you're literally taking a pile of it, he takes a pile of it? Describe that in detail, how that works, or how that worked.
yeah, I'll take it. The money's in $10,000 bands. And they all 3 grab one, and then Michael gave me 5,000, and they split it.
Okay, so the money was in bands. Have you ever seen when a stack of money comes from a bank?
Yes.
Can you describe, was it like that, or was it a rubber band? Tell us how the money was, how you saw it packaged.
Like it came from the bank.
Okay, and it was in a $10,000 band?
Yes.
What was the amount of the bills that were in that $10,000 band? What was the denomination? Each, was it 5? Just watch on camera what you testified to. What county did this happen in? You said North? What did you say?
Florida.
Oh, Florida. Where did you go from there? You said the video stopped at a certain point, and I say you, collectively, all 4 of you. Where was your house in 2018? Remember it.
So pretty much
You have to speak up.
after the murder, y'all go to your house and you get the least amount of the money. You played a part. Y'all could have split it 4 ways. That means you would have got $12,050. Part of your part of the lick. And this is why this man up there snitching right now. They didn't want to break this man off properly. And this is what you get. And that'll teach you. Now, I'm gonna tell you how bad they karma got. After this, that same vehicle, they was going to clean that vehicle out. And they end up getting into a wreck and wrecking the vehicle and running. That's how bad their karma was that day. For taking a life. And now look at them. Snitching on each other, all of them looking at life. And then took this man's life. All out of greed. It's sad. But I'm going to let y'all have a good night. I wanted to get that last live in. I'm going to make a couple of more videos about this. The trial's going to be going on for a little while, so there's going to be some interesting details come out. So I'll keep my ears to the streets for y'all so I can bring y'all the news. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night. I'm out your area. Peace.